Welcome to Inside Abode, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Are you looking at, let's just start over. What's going on in the real estate market here in Pierce County? Like, is the war going to impact things? How's the mortgage rates doing? How are our houses selling? Like, anyway, start over. What's happening in the housing market in March? Like, with the war going on, are the mortgage rates going up? Are they going down? What has happened to the prices? Is my home going to sell? How long is it going to take it to sell? All these questions. Well, let's do a quick little market update, shall we? Welcome to Inside Abode. It's another week. I just want to make sure that we go through some market update. Last time I did it was in February, the end of February, and now I'm going to go through just a few little things, and then we'll get you out of here real quick, huh? How about that? So before I begin, hit the subscribe button. It's really easy. Just hit it. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on everywhere. We're on all the platforms. You can listen to, if you listen to audio, watch it on audio. If you like it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's take a look at what we have here. First thing I'm going to look at is, let's just see how long it takes for your home to be sold. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to bring up, so how long is it going to take your home to sell? Let's take a look at that. This is a report from the Northwest MLS, and you can see here, this is all homes that have sold year to date. I believe I did year to date on this one. Did I year to date? Oh, no, this is all the homes that have sold from February 1st to March 13th. Okay. So this is very recent in terms of homes that have sold in that time frame. So of the homes that have sold in that time frame, 52% have sold in 0 to 30 days. Okay. This is in Pierce County, just in Pierce County. 12.54% have sold in 31 to 60 days. And then 11.47% have sold in 61 to 90 days. 6.65% have sold in 91 to 120 days. And then 14.26 have sold in 120 plus days. So quite a few were on the market for a while. So if that is your home, or if it's a home that you've been looking at, that's just the numbers in terms of what has sold from February 1st to March 13th. So that's just something to look at. It's interesting, but a little bit more than half of the homes that sold in February 1st through March 13th have sold in 30 days or less. That's fascinating. Let's go to the next one. So let's look at just some quick data from Northwest MLS also. And we're looking at basically the price of, let's look at just the market, year to date. This is year to date market. So the year-to-date market, you can see here, let's look at, I want to go down to multiple offers. So multiple offers. So pendings with multiple offers year-to-date was at 29%, but today we're at 24%. So about a quarter of the offers that are pending right now, 24% of them have been multiple offers, or are multiple offers. And then there's 7% actually that have escalations attached to them. So only 7% of the homes that are under contract have pendings with an escalation addendum attached to them. So that's interesting. That means that, typically you're not going to see a lot. That's not very much. I remember we had markets where that was way higher. And, so right now in terms of escalations, you're in multiple offers. So you're going to have a multiple offer, but 7% of those escalate to, with an addendum. But, typically, at least from what I'm seeing is, they're being chosen. But if there is an escalator that is involved, then that's going to have to be a thing. So actually, I probably should have someone on here to talk specifically about escalation addendums. That's something to note. So let's take a look at pendings with inspection addendums. So as of today, right now, 61% of the homes that are under contract have an inspection addendum. So do an inspection. I mean, I think and there might be a seller procured inspection, but it's still prudent to do it to make sure that you do an inspection with someone that represents you. And let's see. All right. So let's take a look at there's finance addendum. 79% have a finance addendum. We'll take a look at something else. Oh, this is an interesting one. So take a look at this. Oh, days on the market. So let's take a look at how many, median days on market. How long did it take homes to sell just from a median perspective? And this is Pierce County. So just looking at the months of January, February, and then, or actually, we could just look at those months to compare. But in 2024, it was 24 days on market median to sell. In 2025, it was 28. And now in 2026 of January, it was 43. It's pretty high. So the highest in 3 years, or the last 3 years, and then, or the last 2 years, I'm sorry. And then February, we had 16, 19, and 30. So while it is going down towards our spring season, which typically you'll see in May. Remember, we talked about this in a couple episodes ago, but in May was when we had 7 and 8. So last 2 years, we had 7 in 2024, 8 in 2025 in terms of median days it took to sell the average home in Pierce County. So that's something to think about and very interesting. So if you're feeling that where we've had days on market go up, or it's taking longer to sell your home, that's across the board. And so that's just the data. That's what the data says. Now, on that last one, when I did the market report last week, or last month, I like to look at the inventory, months of inventory based on pending sales. And when I look at this, I was looking at this steep decline from 2.9 to now we have that 2.3 reading for January, and then 1.9 for February is where that came in based on this for February, 1.9 months of pending inventory. So now we're officially under 2. But actually, if we go down to today, as of today, which is the 13th, is it 13th? Yeah, the 13th, Friday the 13th. That's crazy. What's up, y'all? It's Friday the 13th. Anyway, so as of today, actually, as of this month, so from March 1st to March 12th, we had a 1.4 months of inventory, pending months of inventory, which is down 26% from the same time frame last month, which we were at 1.9. So inventory is going downward, at least in that trajectory, but there is going to be more, hopefully, more listings on the market. Did I do active listings? So something to think about, but also just for a note, like the same time frame last year, from the March 1st to March 12th, it was 1.3 months of inventory. So actually we're up 7.5% year over year from last year, the same time frame. So just something to think about. These are just numbers to think about. I just like looking at them. So this is one when we look at the for sale and what's sold and then pending. So that red line that you see is pending. And I remember when we were looking at this last time, you could see, I saw the line that was going up. And as we saw, what we were talking about was the trend that we'll see if, you have December at bottoms and then it will make its way up to, May, basically. This line right here is actually moving pretty fast up. So look at that. And it's just been up only from the last 2 months in terms of pendings. Now, if you look at the amount of homes that are sold or being sold, like that has been flat. But that was the same case last year as well, I believe, or actually went down in the second month. Whereas we've held steady here in February. So that's something that's interesting. Typically that happens. Just stayed flat here in 2024 as well. Stayed about flat, a little bit higher, and then it just shoots up as we get further on into the years. That hopefully might be the case here, but also notice where we're starting from based on those other last 2 years. Like it's a higher high. So our low here is a higher low. This was our low last time. So overall, we have more inventory and just in general, but that's just the market we got, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the mortgage rates based on today. This is Mortgage News Daily. And it shows today's mortgage rates are at 6.41% for a 30-year fixed. And if you are an FHA 30-year folk, you have a 5.87 average, under 6, huh? 30-year VA, 5.89. So those folks are getting good deals right now. So if you're in that situation, hold on to those. All right. That's all I have for today. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet today. I just wanted to look at a few different data points, and hopefully, if you have any questions, shoot me some questions. It's Friday. I'm getting ready for my weekend. It's snowing outside. Hopefully, you all are having a great weekend. Just wanted to throw some numbers out there for you. I don't know. Come back next week. We'll see you. All right. Peace.